of your Friday night chat?
Yeah. Hey, show goes on. Oh, good. Go ahead.
We are live. All right. Well, welcome to Summit Center for Spiritual Living, where we share universal good through love. And anyways, we're going to have John open us up with a song. Oh, wait a minute. Candle. Michael's going to explain. He's going to light our candle and explain why we light it.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. So the candle, again, the whole candle, we have 2 wicks in this candle. The candle represents, again, that there's only one. And with the flame of God, that as we light the first wick, again, that represents, again, the light of God in us. The kingdom of heaven is within us, as all the great teachers and sages have told us. And the second candle, or second wick, I light, again, if you notice that us gathered together as community is, again, that we do shine a much greater light. So thank you.
All right. Thank you. And John is going to do a song, and he's going to make sure that he's got his
Oh,
yes. So before
good idea.
All right.
It's a new month. Time for a new start. We are making a new start, willing to do our part, getting better day by day. Creative action is an art, a good start, from the heart for living in a better way. Working together with the skills of many hands, helping each other make the best life we can. We are making a new start, willing to do our part, getting better day by day. Creative action is an art, a good start, from our heart for living in a better way. Life becoming better as harm and suffering cease. With kindness for each other, we'll live and grow in peace. Making a new start, awareness growing here and there, as we care for one another, love flowers everywhere. We are making a new start, willing to do our part, getting better day by day. Creative action is an art, a good start, from the heart for living in a better way. For living in a better way. For living in a better way.
Thank you so much, John Miller. And Actually, today, John is our speaker. And then next week, it will be Tim Morrell, our other musician. The following week, which is Father's Day, is going to be Carol Ann Drick. The fourth Sunday, I'm not sure if it was supposed to be Michael, myself, or Deb, but I'll ask those later. So somebody will be here on the fourth, and on the fifth, we'll probably do a discussion. So, but anyways, so that's what's coming up. And so why don't we have Michael do 365 for us, Science Mind 365.
If you don't have this book, this is a great book to have, Science Mind 365. Again, for the treatment form that Ernest Holmes does. So today for June 1st, it says, my word does accomplish. It says, since thought is a definite, dynamic, creative, consciously directed, and intelligent energy, I know that a thought of truth, capital T, will definitely neutralize a negative argument. I am on guard to protect my own word by knowing that it is the activity of spirit through me, and as such cannot be denied. In effective prayer, I realize that a power greater than myself consciously acts with creative intelligence upon my word. In this way, I free myself from a sense of personal responsibility, while at the same time remaining aware that even spiritual laws must be definitely used if they are to provide tangible results in my experience. So I seek to believe with absolute conviction that my word will not return to me void, and I do this when I realize that spiritual laws execute themselves just as do other laws of nature. I know my word penetrates every unbelief in my mind. It casts out all fear. It removes all doubt. It clears away all obstacles and permits that which is enduring, perfect, and true to be perceived by my mind. I provide faith, acceptance, and a joyous expectancy that all the statements I make in my affirmative prayers and treatments are not only true, but that they will be carried out as I have spoken. As my word is done with this sense of reliance upon the law of good, I know that my word will not return unto me void, but shall accomplish that whereunto it is sent. Science Mind 365.
Okay, thank you. And John's going to lead us into meditation with a song.
Loving is the way in what we think, do, or say. Loving is the way. Loving today. Being peace, being kind, being now, loving mind. Peace is the way in what we think, do, or say. Peace is the way. Peace today. Being peace, being kind, being now, loving mind. Kindness is the way in what we think, do, or say. Kindness is the way. Kindness today.
When you gather together, let's just take in a deep breath. And as we relax and let go of it, maybe relax and let go of it. Let's take a really great big breath, and as we blow it out, just let go of any tension in your body, any thoughts or anything like that. So let's breathe in and let's breathe out. There truly is only one power, one presence, one mind, one activity, one thought. That is God. The omniscient one, omnipotent, all powerful, all knowing. The Spirit, God, whatever you want to call the creator or the energy in the universe, that is the half of everything. Present everywhere. It is love and peace, power and beauty, wisdom, light and light and love, wholeness, perfection, abundance, prosperity, everything. Knowing this, each one of us, myself, are peace and love and joy, wholeness, completeness, and perfection. We are one with all that God is. Everything that God is, we are. So as I speak the word, I know for whoever may need this prayer that they are whole, perfect, complete, well in general, healthy. Mentally, they are stable, carefree, joyous. Each and every one of us is prosperous in abundance. I claim all this. I claim this for each and every one of us. I claim it for John, for Michael, Carol Ann, for Deb, for Tim, for myself, for Hannah, and for anybody else who may be on this caller later. This is already done. It's already done. For it is there, taking care of it. Whatever our needs are, it is done. For this, I give thanks. I give thanks for all the good. I give thanks for the opportunity to be here each and every Sunday, to be together. Internet. Grateful for that. I'm grateful for each and every person. Grateful for all the good. This earth, sunshine, We seem so full. Flowers are about. Birds are singing so much now. Little creatures, small animals, the chipmunks and the squirrels and the are playing in the trees. Just all of those things. For like grass, the trees that give us oxygen each and every day. So one more time, I just give my thanks. And now I release my word. I know it's already done. I don't have to do any more. And so let it be.
Be peace, be calm, be now loving mind. Loving is the way. Loving is the way. Loving is the way. Loving today. Loving today.
Thank you. And then if you'll open your eyes, and please also open your camera. Just take a moment so you can put it out. Glad to see you. And just take a moment to see that magnificent spirit in each of them. Pay attention to those eyes. All right, we see Hannah too, even if she is only a big H at the moment. So, okay, great to have everybody here. So, John is our speaker today. So I'm going to turn this over to John Miller.
All right. Well, today's topic is beyond religion. Let's start off with a little exploration of what is religion. First, we'll take the common view of Wikipedia, which says religion, and this is kind of lengthy, so let's sit back and we'll contemplate religion. Religion is a range of social cultural systems, including designated behaviors and practices, morals, beliefs, worldviews, texts, sanctified places, we used to call those sacred spaces, prophecies, ethics, or organizations that generally relate humanity to supernatural, transcendental, and spiritual elements. Although there is no scholarly consensus over what precisely constitutes a religion, it is an essentially contested concept. Different religions may or may not contain various elements ranging from the divine, sacredness, faith, and a supernatural being or beings. The origin of religious belief is an open question with possible explanations, including awareness of individual death, a sense of community, and dreams. Religions have sacred histories, narratives, and mythologies, preserved oral traditions, sacred texts, symbols, and holy places that may attempt to explain the origin of life, the universe, and other phenomena. Religious practices may include rituals, sermons, commemoration or veneration of deities or saints, sacrifices, festivals, feasts, trances, initiations, matrimonial and funerary services, meditation, prayer, music, art, dance, or public service. There are an estimated 10,000 distinct religions worldwide, though nearly all of them have regionally based
relatively small followings, 4 religions, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism, account for over 70% of the world's population. And 92% of the world either follows one of those 4 religions or identifies as non-religious, meaning that the vast majority of remaining religions account for only 8% of the population combined. The religiously unaffiliated demographic includes those who do not identify with any particular religion, such as atheists and agnostics, although many in the demographic still have various religious beliefs. So that's Wikipedia's lengthy description of what religion is. Encyclopedia Britannica, the one that I got as a little kid and had all through my growing up, says this: religion, human beings' relation to that which they regard as holy, sacred, absolute, spiritual, divine, or worthy of a special reverence. It is also commonly regarded as consisting of the way people deal with ultimate concerns about their lives and their fate after death. In many traditions, this relation and these concerns are expressed in terms of one's relationship with or attitude toward gods or spirits. In more humanistic or naturalistic forms of religion, they are expressed in terms of one's relationship with or attitudes toward the broader human community or the natural world. In many religions, texts are deemed to have scriptural status, and people are esteemed to be invested with spiritual or moral authority. Believers and worshipers participate in and are often enjoined to perform devotional or contemplative practices, such as prayer, meditation, or particular rituals. Worship, moral conduct, right belief, and participation in religious institutions are among the constituent elements of the religious life. That's what Britannica says. Well, Ernest Holmes didn't have too much to say about religion in The Science of Mind. It's only mentioned, I believe, 3 times. And the main one is in the glossary on page 326. It says, religion, a man's idea of God or gods. Very simple. Well, here's Jonathan David Miller's analysis of what religion is. Religion involves the beliefs and practices developed regarding the mysterious aspects of human experience. Who am I? Where did we come from? Why is there death? Is there continuing consciousness beyond death? Who or what is behind all of reality? The universe, the world, life, nature, us, me. Theology and philosophy, especially metaphysics, which means beyond the physical, ask the essential questions. What is life? What is the nature of things? What is the nature of being? In philosophy, that's called ontology. Experience suggests additional considerations. Is there an intelligent order? What is God? What is spiritual? And about the great self-search, who am I? Am I what I know, or more than that? Well, we have many descriptors of the divine and representatives of the divine, such as the Elohim, Abraham, Jacob, Moses, Yahweh, I am, the concept of I am, Ishtar, Isis, Osiris, Zeus, Apollo, Krishna, Shiva, Kali, Buddha, Jesus, Mary, Paul, Allah, Muhammad. There are many gods, goddesses, and human representatives and conveyors of religion. Why do many participants in a religion and its practices think that theirs is the only way? Why the division? Why the contempt for others' beliefs? Are shamans, gurus, rabbis, Pharisees, priests, bishops, popes, cardinals, imams, masters, theologians, pastors, preachers, and secret societies responsible for all these apparently conflicting ideas? Religion is like a play or novel written by a committee. It can be enjoyable and inspiring and provide good principles to live by, but a religion is not the only description of reality, and it must not be imposed on others who are not adherents to that religion. What is the truth of our existence? Which is more relevant or important, doctrine or experience? I believe that the real purpose of life is to learn and grow in our personal consciousness and expression of higher creative awareness and its power. Pursuing that purpose serves humanity and more. The creative awareness of the soul, the inner guiding reality of one's true self, fosters freedom of will, clarifies knowledge, inspires insight, fires passion, and manifests action to pursue this purpose. We naturally consider and learn from what others have perceived and presented, yet the ongoing development of understanding occurs in each mind, each point of view experiencing and expressing creative reality. In this process, each of us is being a present manifestation of awareness in every moment, in ever now. According to the state of our thinking, intention, feeling, and intuiting, we move through the illusion of time to experience this awareness. Our experience of nature and expression of creativity in music, art, writing, invention, gardening, food preparation, organization, business, friendships, decoration, celebration, healing, and caring for one another. All these are examples of the learning and growth opportunities of life. There is an awareness, an intelligent life energy, a supreme spiritual presence that manifests all that is. Most traditions call this God. Life originates from creative awareness. This creative, loving energy being wants to express itself. It chooses to have other parts of itself to experience creativity, from basic frequencies to living entities. This creative awareness expressing love, beauty, and union, as well as allowing expression of a darker nature. Awareness recognizes the whole of consciousness and the dynamic interplay of these apparently opposing forces. We can dedicate ourselves to learning in wisdom and improving our caring for ourselves, others, and humanity as a whole. As we continue along the path of consciousness growth in this realm, we share in the experiences of growing in knowledge and loving kindness with those that we care about. As we expand creative awareness, we improve our life together. We can increase our understanding and inspire transformation of ourselves and the challenging global situation that we face by consciously participating in creative loving awareness and by engaging in caring action to restore harmonious life on this planet. Beyond the doubt and fear of misunderstanding is the understanding of the truth of creative awareness and loving kindness. Life and loving are for healing traumas and the sense of separation in the process of learning and growing. With confidence in the innate intelligence of creative awareness and the life energy it manifests, we can step up to difficulties and solve problems rather than succumb to fear, anger, and negativity. It is the birthright of every human to pursue and enjoy the beauties and wonders of living freely as creative loving awareness. In the process of creation from this aware creative source, a universal creative activity of both conscious and unconscious thoughts is manifested. As thoughts form and organize, a universal mind develops. There are ideas, laws, geometric forms, mathematics, and physics that are established in this realm that are exhibited in a consistent manner, and they are dependable. Creative, loving, aware energy expresses by intention or will through these universal laws to manifest the physical realm and all the forms that form from molecules, atoms, and energy, as well as other realms or dimensions. To the degree that we follow the lead of creative awareness and express our will through these universal laws, we have the ability of creative thinking and action. We can use this to create a reality that serves our own advancement in growth of conscious awareness and a life of satisfaction. So about awakening to spiritual understanding. Can humanity awaken to a universal spiritual understanding? Is real religion or real religion mysticism? Some of the traditional examples of religious and mystical practices include communion, unification with the divine. In Hasidic Judaism, there's the celebration of Purim, the holiday where you drink wine until you can't tell the difference between the enemies, Haman and Mordecai. In Islam, there's Sufi dancing, ecstasy in action. In Hinduism, there's the concept of moksha, release from karmic impediments. In Buddhism, you have nirvana or Zen satori. Experiencing reality is not what you think, and there's no ego involved. Or just practices of devotion, prayer, and meditation. Just this morning, I read about Carlos Acutis, an Italian teenager who died in 2006 at age 15 of leukemia, who was living a saintly life. He was doing his rosary at 5 years old and helping other kids become more spiritual and protecting kids from bullies and so on. And then after he died, there were people that claimed to have healings from including him in their prayers and so on. And now he's up to be canonized as a saint. And, he was just 15 years old, a teenager. Is there a commonality that is the essence of spiritual experience and expression? Are there numinous experiences that seem like higher intelligence is communicating with you? Are these revelations of creative awareness at work in your life? A computer science expert and philosopher that I see online quite a bit, his name, I don't think it's his real name, but it's Cliff High, suggests reading the book on Japanese yoga, where there's an idea of qualias. And these are moments in the event stream that he describes that appear to confirm creative awareness being present. Incidents, I use an example of one I've mentioned before, where I was bringing my laundry upstairs, thinking in my mind of the tune Moon River, and thinking on the way up there, wouldn't it be interesting if Moon River were playing on the radio right now? For some reason that sparked into my mind, and I turned on the radio when I got to my bedroom, and Moon River was playing at exactly the point that it was playing in my mind. So those are the kind of experiences I'm talking about, these qualias that are described in this book on Japanese yoga. They're incidents of divine revelation, so to speak, or some kind of intuitive creative awareness. Well, Ernest Holmes in The Science of Mind has a lot to say about mysticism. He said, a mystic is one who intuitively perceives truth and who without mental process arrives at spiritual realizations. It is from the teachings of the great mystics that the best in the philosophy of the world has come. The civilization of today is built around the teachings of a few people who have intuitively perceived spiritual truth. Our great code of law was given by Moses, a man who, through the mystic sense, perceived that we live in a universe of law. Our greatest code of ethics was given through the perception of the prophets, culminating in such teachings as those of Jesus and Buddha. Who was there who could have taught such men as these? By what process of mentality did they arrive at their profound conclusions? We are compelled to recognize that spirit alone was their teacher. They were indeed taught of God. The mystic intuitively senses reality and instinctively knows the truth. And in this way, all of the best in literature, music, and art have come. Without exception, all of the mystics have taught that there is but one ultimate reality, and that this ultimate reality is here now, if we could but see it. Strange as it may seem, the great mystics have all believed in a personal God, that is, a God who is personal to all who believe in him. They have not, of course, believed in an anthropomorphic God, but they have believed in a God who consciously works in and through humans, and they have adored and worshiped this God. The great mystics have been illumined. That is, they have at times seen through the veil of matter and perceived the spiritual universe. They have been taught that the kingdom of God is now present and needs but to be realized. And they have apparently sensed that this kingdom is within. One of the most illuminating things that mysticism has revealed is that evil is not an ultimate reality. Evil is simply an experience of the soul on its journey toward reality. It is not an entity, but an experience necessary to self-unfoldment. It is not a thing of itself, but simply a misuse of power. It will disappear when we stop looking at or believing in it. We cannot stop believing in it as long as we indulge in it. So the mystic has always taught the race to turn from evil and do good. And then he talks about the ultimate salvation of all. Holmes goes on to say, the mystics have taught the ultimate salvation of all people and the immortality of every soul. Indeed, they have taught that immortality is here and now if we would but wake to the fact. Beloved, now are we the sons of God. Since each soul is some part of the whole, it is impossible that any soul can be lost. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. Damnation has been as foreign to the thought of the mystics as any belief in evil must be to the mind of God. So that's Ernest Holmes' view of the mystical experience as a way of connecting with the divine. And here's a quote from Yeshua that is in a more modern translation, we'll say, from the chapter 12 of Mark. All of them are blessed who practice constant love of the invisible divine spirit with their totality of heart and mind and bodily strength of will, and who, by thus surrendering to the divine spirit as indivisibly one, do